The top stories live on 7 News. Commonwealth Bank has reported itself to police over $1 billion worth of possible mortgage fraud, claiming there's been a spike in dodgy applications, some documents believed to be made with artificial intelligence. Let's go live this afternoon to Aegis cybersecurity expert Luke Irwin. Luke, thanks for your time today. Now, if proven, it will be the largest fraud against one of our banks. Take us through, firstly, how do these schemes work?
So, thanks for having me, Sally. Looking at how this would have occurred is the hacking groups, they would have collected and collated the data that's come out of the other previous data breaches that we've had over the last few years, being Optus, Medibank, Latitude, Qantas, and all the others of that sort of size and scale. Because that has customer data, it has names, address, phone number, date of birth, all the things that's necessary to help a hacker create an identity. They'll then use that, run it through various AI tools to create a document, be it a pay slip, a rates notice, a bank notice, to make it look exactly like the real thing and present that to organisations like Commonwealth Bank and NAB last year. So the data is out there because of the prior failings in cybersecurity and cybersecurity governance, and now the bad guys have the data to launch the attacks against the mums and dads and businesses.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, NAB, they were allegedly defrauded by a syndicate last year. That was $150 million in that case. Does this speak to a wider issue still with our lending processes and our risk management within the banking sector?
100%. There is a constant pressure in these organisations to shorten the time between action and decision. Now, every time there's that pressure, the cybersecurity governance processes around that tend to get shortened or clipped or pruned because it's slowing the business down. But what needs to happen is there needs to be a level of due diligence and scrutiny applied across these particular transactions to make sure that the person who claims to be Bob is actually Bob. Make contact with that organisation, with his payroll vendor in his company, and confirm he is actually who he says he is.
And look, banks are increasingly using artificial intelligence within the business. On the flip side, criminals unfortunately are too. So
yes.
How can the banks stay ahead of this then in terms of fraud?
A lot of it comes down to training and early detection. So train your staff to look for certain things where they fall outside the norms. But the problem is that these attacks and these fraudulent documents these hackers are creating are picture perfect. So you need to go back to the original source and verify, was this rates notice actually issued? Is this actually a genuine payslip? They can't rely on the fact that you've provided me a payslip, therefore it's true and accurate. So you need to actually go and check with their employer to make sure they are who they say they are and what they're being paid is what they claim. Then actually try and do some additional due diligence around, is this the actual person I'm speaking to, or has someone just raised this submission online to try and short-circuit the process and make it easy to impersonate somebody?
Yeah, it is a whole new world with technology now, isn't it? All right, Luke Irwin, thanks for your insights this afternoon. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.